And so omo e dey on timetable aba. I'm just say open nomination. Usimi ya yomi ya de to so aduonu nkron. Na oma close nomination no August bosom de to so aduonu nwotwe. Nti omo de bosom ba akon. Na eye saa de no. Omo close nomination we are September 15, 2025. And omo be vetting. Omo be vetting we are a week later no. Omo be vetting report no na recommendation ahoro a be free mo aba. Afi September 30 to 3rd October and so no omo ebeje petitions obi a wo petition bi so de bia de be ko net na NC na omo atena se na omo ahwe se de eniema esitie afi omo wi a 8 October na afi omo public she nominees ni na 10th October no mo aye balloting na ya hwe e bi obi bia beda o ballot paper no so omo be notice of poll 17th October. Election na ankasa ebeba so 31st January 2026. In case of runoff, Sebastian runoff beba so a eno no omo de ahye 14th February 2026. Nti ho enhye no eno so yebehwe ho ensem na yaka koka akwaba. Funa mutisan.
Yamesias.
Yamias. Prof K.
Daasebre.
Akwaba.
Ya minia.
Central region tisan.
Yanko fa adom.
Obi sanfo nyina ho yakama kama.
Adom bibi aboko.
Jere yamias.
Ya so ide ne aso.
Sanity. Enchant ne ma wosia ba de ya ba yebetwa. Enyini yo. Koka yenhya semfri congress ne wakin bia conference no enen so yebeto aso. Na otwene ne nsisa awura party no ekoye ye ifiri mu aba ne ma course o de koye di ankoye nyina yemfa emom.
Ye meka se mechia obi a nansa na ne mehya ase no. Mekano I think Thursday na nyumre Medda 37 pediatric emergency doctors ne nurses e wo ho no me wo fa asibi da ho na senior doctor for no ho akeka no ene sa no obi ani me wo ho obi a enhia me enye se me fa obi na eye me adoye but senior mo ho akeka wo ho na omo hwe obi a no meka so omo mfa ne sa because eye nkwa ho hia na se uwo tumi se ubema obi nkwa agina yie ana enya yie Daasebre problem be was sphincters new kwana ayaye no from Flowerpot new road joining Manet road no synagogue church oma convert the two on say kwana double road but double road ni nyina no omo outer lane enti inner one is street and outer one so a double road so person branch and as a bibia o mafa kwan back from Shell no junction no ho e ba ba bia new China mall no wo ba be si junction e ko late Professor Mills fee ho sa kwan no every Wednesday and Sunday omo convert kwan no into a parking a kwan a Ghana buying
Ayen foforo.
Any Ghana fusika footfall or matu aye the icon. Synagogue aye Nigeria for sorry.
TV Joshua.
Yes. No ma pack your ma block it no ma turn the other one into your friend is saying single lane is anoma. No ma two lanes double lane no on the air park. Now bring your Ghana police we gina who protect you. Intini pese mi busa se anye bia sa kwan ya to ama synagogue na IGP a umremu kwakunkunkum akosoro a o say the country is safe me pacho say na oji yo mo police for no ejina ho no you are protecting illegal service e wo Ghana Sphincters any bachona commander Misrel o NTT for no enema protection. Sphincters for na police station bi wo ho be kono after the Shell filling station. Omuma opposite the new China mall. Omuma nkrofo no supervision any protection. And I think say Ghanaians deserve better ya nye kwa no se ye de ye car park
Home traffic ya no odi nti abeya kwa ma ya
nti mesre
mesi asaje kwa no fa
wo de echina Sunday between 7 and 3 p.m. fa on hwe you can't use the road now Wednesdays you're wrong enya ade a yesi efo aso na ye ma no koso bibia ye illegal no wo ye omamba ka ho asem because e bedroom e bi a ye beka se ye tu anamo aye no na aka echi that's
say do afi ye hwe
I feel say Congress no last week by this and ye nyina me Congress ade e chere me say MPP fu abufuo no impanifo aho keka eni nkomondie ni senia omo chere nsemu ema party fo no omo to aba omo si hene no omo enam omo so yetumi kwa aban mu omo cheche no mama omo I feel say ekoyi wo hwe nkrofo dodo a e board ompem ba ho a omo nka delegate system no ho ibi be di dwa ibi be hwe ibi ba as guest special guest of honor ne sa no man I feel say normal koyi any normal ese ekosu bi ya bibi akoyi wo hwe mu a after program no so no general secretary akọ MPP platforms ni nyina so akọ cheche nsemu amankofo atiase ese ne yebekọ no and I feel say kodi ayade say gini nsema ye ka kire no so waye yi a ye nyina ye mpre no say ohihye committee a nipa oda no eye Joe Wise any na pamfo any sub committees of various responsibilities ometumi ahihye ama adwuma na duru ba bi ya duru no meka so maya na omo delegates free all the constituency ni regions no 12 13 16 regions no mobile obi aso ho keka any senior ye maya ade unti bibia se a party structure no wo ho go through the right structure na no an amendment no mesre so bia momodin nsua na constitution so hu say ase enkinkan ne ntiase no aba form ye momodin enya copies ni nsua media se me maxa meka se memo 95/100
okay aya de edwasi kuka eno no prof kill
Daasebre
Saturday now
Saturday na mo
we are ko se yamkai ya se de wa usu hunu no
Saturday bibia ko kama ye ni kan fa nchiama atifo ne ahwefo na men kan se wada na fa me kakra
nya me hwa
so ese ye adwuma
wanya be de waba
ya ba ye be adwuma nti ene se atifo ntime boy ani ahwefo ntime boy sini ye ya omo fa nchame hondo do me kakra Daasebre
prof
program na me dem be do late kakra aja kuka dauruma
ale for accreditation we ko share be
ya fa ma accreditation mra me no se kwabra ni boto ma mitini pe obeti ho ya ko do ho na me kodu ho na me hwe nipa na e wo gate na du ba bi na me hwe pinchen na pese koso gate nipa dodo a pese ewuam eko omunyina ya MPP fo na me bisa me ho se nya MPP na yesi agu
ya wo mo
MPP na nipa abo apeso bebre sabe omo any accreditation kra effort so omo pese emkobi na no da adipefe se party ne da so ti ase party ni nwi na nipa da so wo party ne ho do nti nipa bebre agi twi e de bai na program ne so eko kama yante pinchen bia oho na we clear message a MPP sende de akọ ewiase nyina ma hu se ye party ni de ye party anokre nyame anim ni ye de mra na ye adwuma idi mra so na se de da ye no se party bi akọ elections no wia se obu nkompon hwe na chi no hwe se elections na me koye no anyanya bia ekọ sen even de odi nkunim kra bu nkompon hwe na chi de odi nkuguo ono so bu nkompon hwe na chi se elections ne concern ye ebu nkompon hwe ye chi no eno ene ekofa professor Makokuri committee e de bae omukọ round ejeje nkofo adwenkyerɛ bebree na adwenkyerɛ no achi no ene ba bewie sɛ saa na tie de a na nsakraye baako ana mienu bi ebima akwan ede mo apatifoɔ sɛ mo amo adwenkyerɛ bia no mo famra Daasebre adwenkyerɛ no kɔdɔɔso a mani twamu ɛyɛ ɔha miɛnsa sɛ saa na ɛka no twam
ahasa
300
ahasa
yeah adwenkyerɛ no kɔso a hɔ na kokoduye na so mpanyinfoɔ ɛtena ase ɛyɛ ɔmɔmɔ the legal committee consolidate ni nyinaa ba bedu 56 na ɛkyerɛ nsesaeɛ ne nsakraeɛ a party ni pɛsɛ yɛyɛ na saa nsakraeɛ no nso ɛnyɛ kwawo because na nyinaa yɛ nsankaeɛ a ɛwɔ fam a ebi ada ne mmarasepɔ hyehyɛ nkɔfoɔ ɛbo so sɛ anka party nka wei yɛnyɛ ne sei wei yɛnyɛ ne sei nti ɛyɛ me de sɛ yɛn nyina park na akyi ne antoto boɔ ama park ne so na kwanya bɛda hɔ no adwenkyerɛ a yɛfii sɛ ɛno na ebi a one way or the other AD party ni nya no saa adwenkyerɛ no nkɔfoɔ ekukyere de gu nkrataa so de kɔma mpanyinfoɔ na ɛno so ɛba bepie saa amendment ni mu ebi ne Miami department as a communicator yɛsɛ afei yɛnkɔto yɛ so aba na me ubisa me a na ɛyade a mene saa adwen ne yɛ adwen papa yɛnti a na mene saa adwen ne yɛ adwen ne sɛ ɛyɛ specialized area na nka efi sɛ nka ɛmfa elections nti yɛmpɛ obi a obetumi ayɛ adwuma no ne yɛmfa ma no bampempi ni yɛahwɛ hu sɛ parties in internal elections no ɛba so a ɔmota akɔ ne team nti sɛ wo na wo sɛ wabɛn sɛ dan wonim kasa sɛ dan na sɛ ɛnyɛ wo ne team bi ɛna ɛkɔɔ yɛ a ebewie akyire no ne ebewie no ne akɔfa obi a wo team bi mu a ebi mpa no ntimi nya adwuma no ba den no dede omo pɛ omo ho so nipa nti ene aba bɛda ne sɛ ene yɛnkɔto so aba ɛyɛ ade a yenua no ma ndc fo kora de omo afiase ayɛ saa de ne dada nti yɛkɔɔ yɛ na emse mu mienu ne yɛkɔbɔ tugu yɛ na emu 54 de yɛgye tum wie ne yɛpia abɔnten nsɛm kan yɛ baako mienu bi ɛkɔso abɔnten de na mehwɛ ne sɛ yɛsi yɛ democracy de a ɛne ɛyɛ nipa dodo adwenkyerɛ ɛna ɛsɛ yɛde kyekyere yɛkuo no na nipa dodo adwenkyerɛ no so ɔmo akasa ɛhɔ na so koraa na nkɔfoɔ egu so ka kyerɛ mpanyinfoɔ bi mo ayi ɔmo ti positions ɔmo pɛ sɛ ɔmo kɔ no ɔmo a ɛwɔ fam hɔ no ka kyerɛ ɔmo sɛ dabi anka mo mfa saa kwan yi a ɛwɔ benkum yi so yi sɛ mo fa hɔ deɛ a ɛhɔ ne deɛ anka yɛde mo bɛkɔ akudu bɔ saa asase no so kurogye a mo mmerɛ na nso mpanyinfoɔ ne sɛ dabi sɛdeɛ nyankopɔn kyerɛ Moses sɛ ɔmfa poma no
nkyerɛ boɔ no so
ɔde bom no mpanyinfoɔ ne sɛ ɔmo de bɛbom nti eduru hɔ nso a ɛm sɛ asotwe a yɛde ma Moses abra ɔde poma ne bɔ ɔboba nim no ɛm sɛ partyfoɔ nso de bɛba saa nkɔfoɔ no nti by and large no Daasebre adeɛ ne kɔyɛ na yɛbɛda obiara ase across all the regions across all the constituencies a ɛwɔ Ghana ha obiara bai na me hwɛ aho keka na ɛwɔ grounds hɔ na wo hwɛ ɛyɛ dimina nkɔfoɔ ɔmo afadeɛ edu ba bi kwa na me pɛ bibia atɔ de agu me ko because ma ho fa ma me de ba sɛ nyɛ tag na yɛ de ma me na
anka wirem
na anka me yira mu kra enti yɛbɛda mpanyinfo ase na de aba no yɛ nyinaa yɛ mo na chi dɔm kɔpem sɛ ɛyɛ tumi ɛne yɛhwɛ sɛ de party ni mu so bɛyɛ din a yɛbɛkɔ so a ɛbɛyɛ akɔnɔ ama nkyirima ɔmo nim yɛ abakwasɛm kra no enti deɛ si deɛ Daasebre ɛyɛ aseda ɛne yɛde bɛma party fo nyinaa ɛne ɔmo organize program
nyame ase Peter Nkama, the deputy editor, Daily Dispatch newspaper.
The late
Peter Nkama.
Late the Amuka.
The late Peter Nkama.
A class prefect, why you late? What are you late? Young friend. Kuba junior because they say abeno Peter Akwaba
yenua
na mo ti sen
boko mechiao echia atifo adefo
all right
ene minua no nyina
good
na odon wo case papa yes
me no ya adwen
because the kind
mo yana tiku
nse be obi a o he o me timi adun ti men so no obi we ka kire no Fantastic.
So do the
catch. Well, Bonipa na Oba or say as class prefect no me dey fa.
Okache say this week nanka wo beba show so anopa.
Kwan of fast kra kan ye no.
Communication nanko yi.
Na e problem. Wo wan kra. Kwasi ada no ofre me say o say okoba bi kwa bi kaka. Enti say this. Na sa na wotwe no so ne ma wom. Unu say no akra ampo ye impact ye betting.
O za. Alaji mra no me chechiri mu yin he se de ni meko.
O kwa bi kaka wan ya. O ba kra.
O be list kaka. Okay.
Enti that we so your spokesperson.
Hey, Papa.
No, they say election. They say
election.
Election machine.
Who got it now? So, God in
DJ, yeah, Nidia. Prempaga, Nidia.
God in team. I imagine say. When we are Papa, mene audu. You look sa ambition. You pass na you ambition.
Ambition be.
I want to say now we are God in top of contest here.
Prempag. They don't know you call MPP National Communications Director.
Oh dear.
I don't know how you don't call.
Oh, communication director.
MPP National Communication Director.
Yeah, will be obetumi amani. Enye kasa no. On na no. If baby a onam ne de mesrel. Don't put your son in a gari.
That's no yesonko.
Baby afere mo de ade na dulu.
Ade dulu.
Deni abre.
Be ho don't go be ma. They say you agree. And there were 5 TV stations, 5 radio stations.
They be promote you.
Okay, what there?
Asa won for aso.
O say
asa won for aso.
O dey do high.
Debi. O ba for aso na won for.
Yeah.
Me dwen ho.
O dwen ho.
And you so that's be go topic no so. Your beka bi e fa bibia ho em fa ha no. Yes.
I go do for okay, what there? Da foforo, you beka no.
Okay. All right.
Na MPP on say edi kan me ba Mr. Sanaminu akoka ne ani ekweku ya ye mu ni din na nka
dia man fu hu no o di be be at studio ani ehuri ni din
di yo
ye ehuri di
me office na me show mu din
tu go pinya correct o
on say before e ba be baso no ensem bebre course
yeah.
If you move raise constitutional issue about Article 10, Senka before I was Senka or Muko Koyesa National Delegate Conference because Senka Muye regional district, the answer about national. Almost a raise issue be so a bio crampo no. At the end of the Senka only proposals no common constituencies no 1 month. No more refuse na it be a rather than compare dates in the idea. After nukura ne bi musu pushi an agenda bi say that delegate conference here na party na iko nukura no na ye de koto aba on top ama you be raise issues people and say no this one is different. It's when a purely constitutional amendment na about the dates selection of dates any blackberry contest media is settled per Article 13 and the National Council
make a decision we are no
ya kan Article 13 over and over have the say per Article 13 1 and 2 no the only body constitutionally so mandated to decide on the dates any choir first they selected the flag bearer of the party, no, National Council. The Article 13(1). I said, and I'm quoting me video. The election of the party's presidential candidates shall be held not later than 24 months from the date of the national election.
Not later.
Not later.
That is a election. We are there to create Mikoye.
But Nicola said, or say you're electing once our party no opposition there. Or so electing at least 24 months, 2 years before the national election. December 7th, 2028. Yeah. From now, copy next year, December 6th. It means party to me in the But Article 13(2) no, na de caveat be back. Or say, not later than 6 months prior to the holding of the election, the General Secretary shall give notice inviting applicants from members for nomination as party's candidate to contest for the office of the president of the republic. Until before I say selected candidate, 6 months to time was said DS at the announcement. Opening nomination, yeah. Internally, not just say I was said Tama Ubeyano 6 months were announced. Dusha, who said maybe I'm just now announced dates being here because the Bebasu next year. January 31st, which has been settled by the National Council. Because clause 1 to 9 say the date and venue for the election shall shall be decided by the National Council, provided, however, that the National Council may, on appropriate occasion, vary the date. So that decision is in the day. And I know the second highest decision-making body. So it's not any different from near last Saturday in the party in Legon. Of course, now the uncle Legon also was in Sanso, go share amendment on Koyena a beam by about presidential year about 300,000 more delegates on Betwap. So, but a brand new meaning say, only if I go through the 56 amendment next course now, maybe
not quite go through.
Go through. But the bottom line is that you may also name semi course on the day. Bibia say party no I pay say unbearable. Emum additional no maybe I abem. Ebio no credit e back. Now people are so dishonest in this time. And on to say party no, but Jatum say people man for ebe dino kreno. All the aspirants are mobile on campaign.
Why not? We are
some way somehow. A subtle campaign, even though not a Mremuno, it was wrong. What I say? It's the cat say young sanction, but this will be a sale of patches and no more course. The cat say a sanctioner. Omunina,
any patron and can sanction.
Oh, dear, maybe. I grow independent. As far as I'm mobile, Obi Airbus Stadium Hono. Or will be open top. In this case, Canada, Japan. And a horse, a dinner, and all year change sign. What does it mean?
Yeah, that's all campaign.
Yes.
Only a campaign is all year heavy power.
There be almost so many.
I saw only the end and there be okay, Papa Flosubra. Me say on no urban. A month would in the cheap in the Japan. And what be open top. And a party for no both, all year change sign. No, a campaign.
Oh, no. No more bonus. Yes. A campaign. Nan can say cost sana and one. Prof. Na me no net you are saying you sorry APA. Bisam. You offer what Jaco. Well, who know me who know.
No, na man for catch and say uncle chairmanship na unya wi.
That's great. What I say about the church I only party for din komo. What I say now and church no mo din komo no ebi nunu na ebi mo say onko chairman na no e dey
campaign heavy no
Brian Champion Agyei me frɛ chairman bi ekɔ asanturi na me me hu obo asefo na me no mo di na unim say na on nam ho nyina chia
I didn't say I go inside.
Yes.
What is outside?
Oh yeah no oh me say all that stand omo nam no kware oye sap me kware me presidential no it is DMB ye boni din so ma make of course by convention na obeka enti say we obi a manage DMB no hu sa na mo ya cost nyina na ya boni din so make Of course, as politicians, of taking advantage. It was also subtle campaign.
And yeah, we are here.
What I said, I don't know one fetch. What I no person testing BB. It's no sunny. We see. That's all. Your boy knows or page or page and more so. Or your sign HI. After now, Uncle one to us one. No sunny bed in our park and so. But no bed in our car. I don't know now.
Oh, yeah.
No,
a campaign.
Campaign. It is to meet your party.
No, channel so. Oh yeah,
we can't sign.
Kaboom sign. Any or not sir, why and Kaboom sign area? Sir or door sign or yeah.
Yes, love and unity.
I don't think Kaboom by wife.
And doing Daasebre.
Yeah.
No credit say. Omunina.
We are in the kakra.
Do some way somehow. Why be so no? Efa. Simply, a campaign kakra our grounds.
Yeah.
What I say, Menti, would you be unquay and I'll be the epico ye, Chana be near there. Now, we said, Chileno, a bimber issue about the fact that, and I been my binum on due advantage over the others.
Having cry protocol. Oh, you see. Having cockrem protocol. To protocol, no, that's okay. Having protocol, and I'm trading here protocol. Back order. I'm trading here protocol. Okay, we are okay. Young Pombo, Nipena or country is there for say or no, or moon, why you or the Ianidia. Yana Canyon boy. Protocol, no, no, Yanko.
Now him say with a Catholic bishop who say coca and then my say Romani but what take Roman for on so say so you know omo en kasa na emu bai but him say the only religious body ababontina be condemn no be e koso
Catholic bishop conference
Catholic bishop
me promise but really your man elite
listen over the omo they be consistent oh. So then never say cook up or my bass.
Okay.
Oh, that's what I catch. Tazini Anye.
Obama Basopa.
Make us on my idea about and so any.
Oh, I'm sorry to say. A archbishop. A would you say or no? Any archbishop sorry. 2 occasions. I take you on President Mahama any abandon on Galamsey issues. Archbishop. And how they young call conference. No. Obomunina campaign and also and 90.
Okay.
If you also share amendment and 56. The move 2 and I'm about to change. But even the 2 no, of course, a chair a Juma na party na ye in terms of the fact that amendment no call constituencies na party for I go through. What I say? Yeah. If you, I take opportunity to also address the fact that you say that now, to test no based on the noise no if you by convention the party near constitutional amendment. So the amendment no call a constituencies now. A BBA only party no you write to the general secretary before even the day. What I say? In Tebia, amendment to say baby or much say is it Oma PWDs or say Yanya will be obey in charge of PWDs, PWDs or constituencies. No, what to do is that you write to the general secretary a day or 2 before the time. I don't know. What I say? After the time of Mokono. Na ebi nipa bi moment edi amendment even more cry the ababeka ho. But of course na omanya reaction e was the 2 na omususu here. But even the 2 no me no 17 I think say education na anko yi.
Selection of polling station na.
Yes, the Korea is the best treaty. We share the amendment na proposing at here. Almost say motion 17 article 7(3) amend Article 730 of the Constitution to provide that the Regional Executive Committee shall appoint persons other than the polling station electoral area constituency officers to supervise polling station and electoral area elections.
Then you don't care. And so, no, just all kind of education
because say Osha and the reasons to an income the buy to kill my ina na keba kill na. Say police stations no kotwa ba to ba yi omo executives na. Sometimes obi won know interest wa okotena se ne dem no fa ne ba ni
no select them no
frame musa mumra na yen to aba
5 o'clock you say to aba na wi
no select. So why the cost supervise here why the be here sometimes a problem. Enti na capacity ni person ko mo hwe. Nanka ekwaye say oh before obey police station say electoral area ni constituency ayi ni nyina no obi free region no mra mehwe so. What I say o I can you so be any but ebinum say obi free region ba ono so interest and then he has one any interest but wa nka say wo supervise ni there wo interest no so so obi ofra bontene e ba be here ayi so eti honey say nka me feel say anka nchechemu ni nyoma bi ko yi a anka beta
still I will be so argument ni say betin aye adwuma fi say police station or region
yes
nti so mo be call election bi a de ni a
also because
region so e wo ensa wo so nti region ni nyina na e yade no
yes
nti so o mo so etimi ba mu bi you say we no neutral person abehwe so amaye na nkoye say ya hintu obi nsa te say ya na ye tai hu no
say oh eno de eta akoso wo say ye constituency and regional elections rampo na ayo mutu nipa mane ko hwe
yeah
but nipa na o matu na o kwa ko hwe so no o ye observer unless there are extreme cases ne bia bibinya no o be bam so o yenye say party ni mra no say but in this case you understand somebody obekwa onyo no onko ye observer ono na ekoye election supervise
masiase
enti ho no anka me feel say enyam money but of course da foforo
no e be assess
na ba ko mo san shoot ni down na the youth eno no so na noise ni do so pa say 14 but eno no they na etie ni say on say UN and international bodies no omo revise omo kakra say youth na emra 34 or 36 or so
25 I'm 25 to 35 or 36
yes na party at least meet
that standard
but of course we say no interest because that mean about 2 people be on my special interest
I want to be 35
you know every
35
mobilization omo here no particularly say back we say now je na me hwe ne pa tia omo wa he be ina film enti eno no pe ene ade a the course wa na amfa but near baako a ekọ ya amendment na ba so I am the pa ye mpanimfo no anya this dey nkokrafo any external
branches
say mpanimfo sa our party no omuni voting right anya luckily this time no omo mabenya voting right external branches no nya the more representation the 5 to the national council then 2 3 national executive committee more voting rights nti afen so na mu abie mo we former executive and as a former appointee MC ni ade a omo nya so tumi to banya dey a omo so eboa ewo
anom ye omo ya
ade pa che se party enyi omo su ade enyo ma bia also party ebio the regional secretaries this time omo be part of the regional executive committee on the whole there we share nyoma changes omo ye ni nyina it is to meet the changing time which is good but back to the top down ekoye of course we've said there's nothing like early congress because the party decided to come with ma akoye omo flag ground just that only 6 months notice So from now on there, once the party be 6 months, and any time you want me, it now, even this amendment, no. Delegates are buy. Senka, and yet say you have 2 flag and the first never 2 down in Pua. What I say? And now I'm buy and also. I'm not a party for. What to say be so you go fire binumu and I'm buy our mobile. Yeah, baby. I'm
saying, can't hold your coffee mobile. Your mom accreditation, you don't be good, no be did.
It was not
Bomudi.
How would you be?
You can't papa, nothing.
Oh, damn me, I make Becca. On to me, Omuntiminka. Saffron, you know. Somehow.
Oh, ain't he a bill or say a bob pattern of us or my idea? Organization in your mail cost security. Me who coffee pa no more party from penny for being near there. Ya mom quite a man because then I'm saying no money accreditation. The bill and coffee no more born or more bear as fancy be. Oman's young and then yet, and meaning Brian coffee no more party for no money accreditation. Bomb your crassa, accreditation. Oh, because I'm saying my location. Obia do.
I hope you can me explain. Accreditation, we are special guest. You confine baby out to me cool. And only baby main VIP honor and penny for no war. Baby delegates no one. A year seated, and reserved seats for purely delegate people. Inti security system no omo entry crane omo watermark winner. So here we know watermark be a woman sahu and sana way to me raho. Enti se ukra special guest winner. To me nko that area. What you say? Security for we all breathe. But say ukra special guest na. Eye baby a VIP main way pen now but the other side no restricted purely for delegates. Regions no.
But I'm say bimunya accreditation now say all access also. Because
obi obey so kra all access no. One or a media. Two, na manage inner perimeters no, the organizers. Also are people who were coordinating the various people. Main organizers no. What you say? Committees na yo maybe.
I'm saying that there were aspirants in Libya.
Yes.
Not even the presidential.
Yes.
No, all the other regions. No. Almost church party for.
Yes. And I'm guys.
But Prof. K. Obekaya. Now, now, and I'm
yes.
Misaku who more other regions. Make a Ashanti region if you know. You could who more. No, almost everywhere now.
Okay.
So, but on the whole, no. The course in obey can create. Everybody could almost say, oh, dear, it's so. Part na ya there. Yeah, mama about. But moving forward, about can be about discipline.
Discipline. Party leadership. I say, I dominate from.
Yes. They say no. I'm sure the next one may issue statement on this year. There must be a clear-cut rules. You cannot go and sit in a meeting, take part in decision making. Now we it's wrong. And say Obibia the Ebio also party no issue statement to me on 20th March 2025. Say all party members so all discuss matters of the party. Now a bit create disaffection within the party. Till die. Now we go to Article 1075. Say all party members are hereby directed to immediately cease discussing party issues that create unrest. Where's some issue? Party discussions there obey. I bet create unrest. I bet create negativism. I bet create disaffection in the media and other related platforms no omunyai me share say after next week say statement nepa omom kasama aspirants ni nebinom any regional executives ni especially abronye or say kasa bi e koso on their platform omujai people must call aspirants ni be spokesperson ni be to order. And people must call Abronye to order. Okay. You cannot be regional. Abronye mini papa. In fact, those days, Oko, Omaya, Onu party ni kwa na mitie enyumre. Last oba me penasem papa. Maybe obeku bi ni so ni mitie. What I say? Now so you cannot use your platform to create negativism, to create unrest. To create disaffection for other party members. Now, Koso and Hodu as regional chairman. It's wrong. No, say party no say ye can't say binumu enyaya. He must be called to order. He can take on, he can criticize. Now, party no what is the ultimate aim? Is to criticize. Can no man funu ne ma bone e Koso ewo abayin ene o man say. National Cathedral areho asay nipa din still omu e twantro me so because me Roman and so osofo Victor Kusibo attend there or osofo amepena sempa not for anything but if he say me hwe ne beginning ne ba bi o free watimi ameki na wa sisa eye asofo djuma na e ma mepena sem. He may have done one or two, maybe you can disagree, especially in the prophecy being and people are not happy and comfortable with. That's fine. What I say, but demonization, hate, nintro, I did also from Afam. Na say ne trial report, ebe vindicating no. Oh, Mister, mama future na ma address no oh. Na MPP ni when your platform. Now we use platform no, to expose some of these lies. What I say? Me who's a internal contest we know you. Yes, because it's an indictment of Dr. Dufo. Now me Dr. Dufo I'll be worried. I don't know no. Now Dr. Dufo no. Go and read the statement on Colin Dowda. Why indicted Colin Dowda so? Say sikana ayira e wo say sikana no kura ampo no say sika no enye ni nyina na aban no e de abo Colin Dada nti na wa drop case. What does it mean? That Colin Dada e de that is mistake. But you see we are say what now wo say ubema nipa obi ya de bone na wonka na wo hwe no wonka be no odo so when Dominic doctor ayene started say or filing case. I go up on filing case in court. Now I have press conference. Now all running people down. Making all sorts of allegations. Any other. We spoke against it. That style is wrong. The justification was that who call USR. Some states say the attorney general no filing cases in court or brief media. But I don't know your cause. Who don't file cases? Yes. Now go and check those states. Or brief on court details and allegations because on himself. Uko quarter. Now allegation against people. Doesn't mean say you are can no correct. Sometimes what you make about 80 whatever charges. Ever come back open idea no correct. Quality gain scandal. Near Nikroma. Who is chief of staff, then chief of staff. Nana Tudazi was charged. In the end, he was acquitted and discharged. And he said, Nana Tudazi at that time. Ebe year press conference egu nani mati kan sem tiana anka chere ya court ka say oh na hwe eni ne ho na so onye boni bia no anka ya de papa no what say ni din fa and Ghana do te yante no de nam adit na doctor weird one and there no two ways about it what being sir na wo say oh yes I say amanfo and now so they are TSC mu I indicted Dr. Dufo I indicted Colin Dada and others what I say? Koso na MPP ni when your platformer. You take on your colleague MPP, some of which are a creative unrest, a creative negativism, So with a creative disaffection for the party. Now party now is high. It cannot be business as usual.
It was Peter and Comma and Ibu Abercans. But before then, my main car say, Yamia, see idea, moving television, the political shows in ya can't have more. Yeah, promotion be. We Operation 150 motorbikes. Operation 150 motorbikes. Na jeje. Ese obi a kakra obi bia se moto na beto abre ni o siska kakra na de bebre ni bebo ano. Na ye dia pe motorbikes na dia kofom akoma amanfo grassroots dey kan grassroots a wo mo adwuma no edin nti ese yetimi so wo mumu e bia wo adwuma wo ye ntu nya kwan enkofom koye campaign bi abe pese party be ba power di on so betumi aye dia boa eni so be yi kakra abeto futuo no mu na nyame ya adwuma bo ano a dia akra motorbikes ni bi ye nya bebre die betumi akra na buruchi na tese bo na ba fom ebe ya ibitumi atododo na yedi akwakoboa amanyeme nyina so awie mu die nti so pesa wo boa number bi e ho yedi eye adwuma 0244 672622 0244 672622 momo number no die wo so eye god na sarbedia ndi se wo di bitu a unse momo de o send dia reference no reference no ayi moto nyam say yes we dis carry the motoska ana sa bia na ekona brano ohunu baka say obi abetiem ska na kofa ba bi nti you are the moto ni anu say we motoska so be ya betimi aboabo ano na yedi adi dwuma ya pese yedi die nti mo hye no so na momo aye
pani bi si minkan che so srew minkan che class prefect say eye tiefo eno mo feel say omo pese godon Agyei,
Director of Communication. Okay.
MPP.
Okay.
So no say private business no be ya. Focus you on.
Only private.
Aha. Na ye the God in there. The masses request.
Okay.
God in got na be bi anka so person.
Man for na.
So no afa adwuma no personal.
Good.
God in the kasa e be ma vuntu no mu agenda ni nyina Dr. Bawumia church mu nyina e be ye adwuma.
Okay.
Na ya ye class prefect, press secretary.
Okay.
Na me be campaign ti agodo.
I only a boy free on. Mo bi enu na me so sa wrong profile na mo ye no.
Be campaign ti agodo.
Yeah, be baso. Yeah, baso be ba ho na me nka bu bi o se program fufuro bi eba. Na me yard menche. Movement television you want to me radio so. Your friend no stand out. A political show. Na exclusively for Dr. Bawumia. Dr. Bawumia djuma nkwa na edebeye. Ede Dr. Bawumia djuma wi a na ede ayeche ma untumi nso adwuma. Nti sa na program no tie. Na me ya aduma bia na otwe edi animu yi, nyemne da edi animu anwumre. Anye be sedwumadi na se, se nyemne na tutumi ye ntumi hwe no so. Na bre no so amoso so botie bi. Ebo ewa ha ebo na ye hwe conference no. Ye ma 3 minutes per. Okay, Mama 5.
All right. Studio.
All right.
And I shall form I think MPP conference in the it was a very good and well organized conference. Now, as a party, anytime you have any opportunity to say the reforms that party, yes, we take advantage. Member committee members na baso. Na party leadership no. Sebi nipa bia no enyepe. Na so washa the bia mekan 2009 you go through some of these reforms no. You won konfo bi wo a omo ayo mo say internal ya no. Race no we ko no and reforms never ban. They know say most of them no in favor of more operations in Senia. Omunya yanka mo be PV omu we nti ye papa no kra no mo kesetia o share decision na conference take na any reforms no mo agya tu na me dey me gidi say be boa party me ba na me temi nuanom because anything obi wo ho anu aba be member of parliament and I say why electoral coordinator and I say why DC but because only to be unit no not what faction we free party I believe in the reforms are aba. And conference near Queno, so no more beer and drink say national executives and as a party, no. If favor will be.
That is the weekend name,
exactly. Because Obi or Bia no had an opportunity. In fact, I wasn't on grounds, but they be following as far as the uncle for no money in one. And Dr. Baumia also came to speak as a former vice president. See, to be very unfair, Sebi, President Kufo Niho, Nana Kufo Niho, you are large Alubama, Yamiat inside the See, the only heavy figure, no war grounds, apart from party executives, Dr. Baumia. And you know, no more criticizing, we bring him one who say, in fact, let's say Papa Nikasa. See, I would wish say party be follow reforms. No. Yeah, I am one can say party need taking decisions. They won't say painful be social say still because what conference they decided on. There is nothing that we all can do unless say they have go through processes to review. See, I foresee the buy in 2009. No, that time so we had an opportunity to expand the electoral college. Was electoral college year 2007 presidential winner, not very limited. But 2009-2010, then being electoral coordinators, they being expansion of the police station executives. It's though this one in drew and yet conclusive, say because a party baby into Abani. But it is an improvement of the current system. And Ubia or contest as a presidential candidate Biano and a flag bearer Biano on him say this is a very good move. See, this one will help say whether you on the grounds and I say yeah, media work bina way. It's no more support it and I might say party man. Yamian child may say party a be nominations for. See, we are on the preparation road towards 2028 now. This is the time I say party baby also do no motion. That's a very no one see.
It was really wide brief from my ensure Papa. And we for higher movement television and I won't to me radio between. And the Daasebre na free comedy budget and about 2 forcing the call parliament, you know.
Daasebre,
bra,
Mr. I say, make us ano. Sir, my sister winning ne call for be. Mrs. Tabi.
I come, sister, winning, come to the out there.
On an call for be office. Almost say, yes, I know my cool. Yeah, no, I send me message no mail. But it was illegal because 1 month notice to the constituency for no. And but my reply is on data party the last national council meeting decided on Omobeko conference. Who calculate here 1 month. Apart from that, the article 10(2) on the National Delegates Conference. 8. What the infant say near course no is 1 month in Puan. But I make 10(8) or say whenever the National Executive Committee or the national chairperson thinks it is necessary, an extraordinary National Delegate Conference may be convened.
Extraordinary.
Yes, so see. And see, you find say, I think a year constituency, which is not a national. Which already the 9259 article 9 it doesn't say so. Yes, a council we should organize those conferences, but it doesn't say those ones should be done first before the National Delegate Committee. It doesn't say so. It's not explicit there. But of course, by convention, normally, no, party way. But if you want to be constitutional, now to the latter. The fact that I say this may be done, that doesn't mean that you should do this before this. What does it?
Yeah.
Nina dan chair krana 10(8) say when it becomes necessary, the chairperson of National Executive Committee they can organize extraordinary National Delegate Conference. Till the General Secretary shall give notice of such meetings not later than 7 days before the date for the conference. So even say when Mukra 1 month in here, the General Secretary could have issued 7 days. Say national delegate no say a bus.
All right.
The last point on parties and some.
No, by Hokra no main can be. When you say SNA document ni ma obia.
Oh, but Ebinum say almost in fact. Attaque crowd also about presidential there. Also or free party from Pennyphobia.
Attaque man. Oh. Attaque. Hey.
The elephant has to be driven to the forest. No. I don't know running for about the 2 hours. No, me busa.
Oh, weekdays now. Why are busa? Bɛkyerɛ me class first.
O petrol.
Why don't we this?
Me pacha me pese busa. Nipa na odi e party ni ko tena ho a na otete ye mpansa no na eba.
On the president candidate of MP.
Oh, sir,
this be our attend party.
So about converting. Until the moment me nyan to ho.
Intina or say party no or arishim. Olutu ba ko na. He didn't recover no. Eya mo men kan tam bi champion bi say. Baby o ti be on tena ho. Don't leave him the party.
You can't say that. Coca. Say a Cadbury member of party no.
The card is flashing.
And we don't need him.
He is not. Mumayan kan kwan champion bi say party no mo di o.
And no kra no ho. But your time Emra you can kra no.
And American son and he's also pay.
America so be come
pushed into the
Asamba Tobo.
Asamba no nyabotre. Oh, PM go.
Yes, sending my encrofo. You see, it was through mails and he is sending by doctor. No many people who now see a ya and who calculated time I send it na. As soon as grants in the Congress no. The 1 month as soon. So that a bit my process. But a could see obiso. Only Pakron contacting their secretaries. Every constituency. They are secretaries in every region. Mubusa Omuso Munyai.
No, Peter. Also, no, as an individual and in Sanka, and send the branch I want because I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Say and send them individual.
The command secretary,
no foreign branch, no that branch now. And one is Omokas or Monsanka, maybe or more issue. But you as an individual, there's a Sanka. Every cry now or mother by wash and I'll put one year didn't. What should I actually cry? Said about being a quine. Now, what better said the cook can.
Oh, now, you can't be said. When you are called to a chirabu. It is how I follow you. Network or not court. Now, what you can say one can say you do kutum. Nakazan, a lawyer can say, Uncle Jaime, a court to a chirabu. You take a decision every moment. Quiet, you know.
Okay, oh, dear. But okay, oh, yeah. But we see, final point. They say, yeah, you know, can now part in the anymore. The party must maybe after the flag bearer you know, or say party to G2 will be a cause when
yeah,
because you cannot reflect and expect say will be after the money in check. Only from so back whom be a cause na enye. For example, even the DDP, say about budget no. Only DDP no. A one debt restructuring, some kind of rata here, you demonize it, kind of rata. Look, yes, I agree, it's one of the best policies, but poorly communicated.
Communication in Yasemu.
I idea, kind of rata and ne so tiwa. But or dream one will be soon. Check a banking sector cleanup exercise. And then I conference and some about. Na obi 5.something billion sheneto aye na akọ negotiate say we twam 60% never dey can channel na aye jano no
na we of file then no le prosecute and not just a lack of evidence onye interest then o kwaji scan here dey
aso waji mu 60% also waji mu
no and this one hold them here say
but one of the best policies, but poorly communicated. It's a bit deep part in Enya. Any reshuffle and some new man can be a cost, any internally. Oh, Bonnie and Nipper be dear binum pro. I was a part in it, Tracy. Now, only my man, a boca. I say a man forgets a man forgets.
I don't be do there.
After I get to a crown of a Japanese game.
Any amount for you.
That you go kind of interest on your day.
It will be in there.
So, also part no it's massive. No mu jitum say ampa. No be cause wa. Anko ye. Not necessarily the implementation of the policy itself, but the kwa omu fa so a omu implementing it. Kwa man for anya didi wo anchreche mu man ti ase anya adwuma. Because ene you say yeka aba from. Me boy utie budget ya.
Some say 100
almost say about 130 billion.
38.9. 138.9
billion.
0.9 crime. You go to 139.
Oh, me nyanti so me dey ka.
Say your budget ni so.
Oh, how?
And say budget ni so ni
me come as me wi say na start here no.
Okay.
130 billion. And almost say yeka no every so. Go and read even atuna ne budget no. It's mainly because of the DDEP. Because of restriction na Eurofrata any oma yedo omo kawa brochire ne adnuma arrangement ni year ni no. Omo dey close to 4 billion. And Agyei more than 4 billion or so. And no akwana educate me on that. Say you dey close to $4 billion. Na Agyei o mine. O mine no ehia dollars so be send akotua aka. What I say? Na no ema o kaso a we dey eso.
That's it. Yeah.
And you are not even paying more to say ya. What I say?
Yeah.
Because of the arrangement in Suntino, we are not paying $100 CC and Franco Kotia. Of course, and I'm saying $100 the Bakutia Kawa Britain, you know. So don't say money. You also buy Harry and Million Sky, I know maybe. What I say? Even the Fitch, they are taking credit, say the rating agencies are praising management. What about the Fitch report? Or say restructuring ya ama abayanya ahohare e ka hobi na ma economy no nyoma ele ekoyi.
Okay. Koka. Mid year review budget no. Budget review no. Yanko.
I mean, utia more of a statement. Enya dia na bibi foforo. But we share document ni na propaganda. Na acquire document of misinformation and misleading. Unim abanye no obi ye bedru baby no bia. Some few mistakes are MPP yeah. No be ana si ye to abamma ne ye the power mawa. Menti say obi akọ high down akọtena dan no mu blame odi pa kwa na otimu dada ne da. Me who say obi ato home use car and a second hand car blame odi pa kwa na because answer na okoto car say na onim so obi drive.
And you so we are see in come and use it.
What you say? It say you are in power. Now you have the media with you. I think say oh sa mo de na ye di tufu e kan no kre manko fo mu say baby aye woni de ye ko ni utie IMF report ni sa no mana baby o kan say Ghana mama aban no agye atum say ekufu ado aban no ama create economic stability for the growth of the economy. Ena utie again gold for oil. In normal monkey kind. Now utie de atubaye obeye na serious. Ni kra no. Once no ma pass bills ni increments bi wo first budget no ye no. Into your buy or cash. Normally be cost between 30 and 40%. A school for no many aji. Urema near amount 2,000. Now second year, what you are 30 to
40% increment.
Third year, no what you are 30 to 40%. Do the fan say 40. Okambu me say 120 now till the year move through now. The profit awanya 100% into the do. Ajana one ajana two. What you see? But ubusa who say, wa o pese o cap salary wo a un share that increase sa job opportunity now we are sure Ghana for say one job no 3 shift unim dia abeye NDC near only appointment no say mo CEO na sa institution CEO pen e wo ho a me be create 2 deputy CEOs enti me benya CEO for administration, deputy CEO for administration, deputy CEO for finance. Na masa create portfolio communication wo ho na ma create jobs into sa 3 no kan no na 3 appointment for NDC ni. That is not what Ghana for. Once I say o share marine gas we increase or the parliament I increment into tie at forcing now share nominal obey na on fa credit bi ama aban foforo na the year fi say ono ane budget no kan ye no starting from April because election year bia no budget no ye den ye to inti just give credence to what is due me tie no any Ivan Mensa on Joy News no na atohu ye me kakra on the oil for gold.
Good for oil.
Oil
good for
oil. O si bibia say ni hoda. Nti ubebusa ho say 4 years ni so a what kind of handing notes and obema ebeye the reality or the living propaganda. What
was it good for her? It was only for reserve. Someone registered for the reserve.
Yes, but there are documents. A show into sa propaganda life, no. If we the internal yados reality say utmi bien and can say yes above from and unima ya the company yes that's what you do my yes propaganda ya to megumo. Na me ba ho wonim say sa sanitary pad na ye ba beche no omo na ye de contract na ma sanitary pad business na ye de ama omo no nti ya hye na funu mu ma na papa ona no em say you free say government is continuous nti aban we free so a what will you go and tell your customers? O customer base no be ka den a kire mu just say utumi ma obi ehun say ye ton 15% 15 cedis ye be ma more meme nyina be boa mo ama meme nyina e won school nyina ama mo sanitary pad. What kind of governance is this? As a party, as soon as possible, say omo release and a few people pay obi ti say asenso boachi one issues no ntro na o kan say akoji loan e wo kwan ho asenso boachi the records na ba ene sa noma. I expect say obia wo twa ntro e wo u department and now sector no as soon as respond to it and deal with the issues. That's what I'm saying.
Yes, so I say kuka no prof.
Daasebre.
For some budget.
Yes, they all soon any. Nti metie media review budget no. Ana me ba be pie. E fa ba bia na o ka asema concern me sector a me wo. E the cocoa sector. O ka che wi asi nyina se Ghana Cocoa Board any aban fufure the new management any aban fufure e ba beto e ka e 32 billion Ghana cedis. Nti ene nti na omoje omo ho anje. Omo ye bibia enye ye. Daasebre.
Right.
Abanda da na etwa mu kono. MPP aban. E ba beto e ka na e na o se 32 billion no. MPP aban be inherit 19.6 billion. Ati fontie mi ye. 19.6. Eno no 61.25% of any canal work. Daasebre enya no nko a. So obeka ya 2016-2017 Agyei cocoa syndicated loan of $1.8 billion. Yes, the Barbe to cocoa. na target na ya target se ye beto no 850,000 metric tons. Ye bie cocoa no 2016 October, November, December. Ebra NDC lusu aba na MPP by 7 January no. Na ya to cocoa 587,000 metric tons. But na sika ya koji ya se ye dey ba beto 850,000 metric tons na sika ni nyina asa. In fact, the last drawdown wa omoye ye no na eye December, which is $400 million. Na eye December 2016 ano mo lusu aba. Inti na aka a whole 263,000 metric tons a esese aban we kokope sika aban na ete so sabre no ekokope sika ede ba beto sa akoko no o kokoje sa sika na say $400 million a de tebia esese ba bia obekwa kokoje sika na free say interest ba beka ho inti ubenya na higher than $400 million. Yeah. Inti no no emma meka 19.6 million Ghana cedis ne ho ana ba beka ho no na nchen construction pioneers ACP e de aban court ena aban D4 2016 January na sese etua aban kokotua construction pioneers for omo afa kokobon na court omo de aban na court say kokotua $25 million e de ma omo say yan tua sa sika na aban e wo property bi wo UK ne value eye $1.2 million eno na yebelusu ye kokoko board account mu ekoko peke sa $25 million no e de kokko chiama construction pioneers abra omanfa kokko na de court eye judgment debt against the government of Ghana eni nyina be ba ka sa aka na wo ka no no han na ni na wo ka no aka ni nyina ahye mu bi again 2014-2015 cocoa season 2015-2016 cocoa season. Apart from the Cathedral no, estimate say omoka say 2014-15 you betimi ato cocoa 900,000 metric tons no. Dr. Opuni ene nemfefo tena office worker say ewo mu say ye gina no so akwaje syndicated loan there but ye hwe petetekra mu no ye betimi ato cocoa manabro sa nti ye kwa akwaje advance against the next season omo ye sa for 2 years ni nyina eno no MPP aban ba ye no na $280 million sheshe na aben na edaho yemfa no san konkotwere ho fufuro obiem the same year 2014-15 cocoa season 2015-16 cocoa season projection a akache for ye mo omo se eno na mu betimi ate nti munyina so nkoje sika no omo akonjo omo figure a ene ne nteli ekokoje sika nti again eno so aban dada ne ba MPP aban ba ye no na eka eda ho ni nyina no omo ntwe sika no omo de bom se bam se eye eka a yaba betu ni nti enu nti ye hwea enye Daasebre yemfa eno entwere ho no auditor general aye ade ma minim sade omodi kan abepa chewo se Ghana kano omo over state bi no I'm calling on auditor general so man omokoye audit no so omosomo obi na koye audit no that aspect a omo ka kire ye se e wo ha se Daasebre ma menhwe na minyi na men kan fama so share report title no any way am join on life one publish here almost say Ghana's cocoa export volumes fall sharply by 50% despite rise in earnings in 2014 now kind the third paragraph of that article we are almost publishing no that's 22nd July 2025 okay a third paragraph now see how say Daasebre. A major concern flagged in the report was the sharp decline in inflows from syndicated cocoa loans, which are key to financing Ghana's cocoa sector. In 2024, syndicated loan proceeds dropped from $681 million to just $50 million. That's a intro.
600 and something to 50 million.
That's a intro. A outright lie. The entire young tron said 2024 Abayan Koji syndicated loan over Babia. There was no syndicated loan. Cocoa board Kokoje. Rather, Cocoa board Kokoje sa $50 million as non-collateralized loan. Yede kwa kutia interest. That's where Muti has I saw me can hear me. Cocoa board Koje sa $50 million and the kwa kutia interest ni loans are na say you share interest. Now only the entire basa. The entire basa and say yankwa Koje syndication. It will call syndication now. And no now better say can be. Now the bakwa kutia with interest work out with the so dada. Abai ankwa Koje syndicated loan bia the new model now buy the abane say afibia no se na Koje syndication na ye call financial institutions wo na omama iska omuma iska na omuni ya sign contract ye je contract na interest that so on the average every year bia no na enye less than $100 million. That is interest in kwon it is a san etie there also woje sa contract na afi na ye dey call ma eto koko na nkasa process koko no na ye yakoton sa contract no e dey amasa ankofo no so mo just a contract ni wia eno na na ya sign forward agreement with them ya be supply kuku e dey ati sa aka they make an what man into the new model akoko board e dey buy and say any e be financial institutions na go buy we are going to deal direct with omo ehia kuku na ankasa into ubema ye 60% of the price of the cocoa no at the point of opiki cocoa ni dey aka no say ye issue we bela Oko ni kodu abrochi wokra no na 40% na ye tua dia account. Enti eno no ma cocoa board regular sika. Omu ni liquidity challenges biem. Enti na at the initial stage in cocoa board ehia sika animu na because one ko syndication. Enti wo hia sika no de akwa kotua for the interest on the loan awaje dada. Na auditor general eko say wa flag way say a major issue on tiase say oko syndicated loan I drop it from $681 million and about $50 million. Classifying that $50 million and they say a cocoa syndicated loan. So I'm calling on Auditor General and then in crop one. Said Omave Pacha or back on the year 2024-2025 cocoa season, Ghana Cocoa Board did not take any syndicated loan. That's a enti sa entro we ya adwen say ye betu na de agu nipa ani so no eno bi na akwa kopie eye media budget ni ma ye ka kire ye say eye cocoa board it said the agu awie na da stretcher so in fact per how Atoforcing describe cocoa board no the obituary of cocoa board has been written
Sir, Randy Abi Crack can be checked for.
Akas. And on the matter what has said there was 19.6 billion Ghana cedis a year cash. Beyond that, you know, na cocoa board asam budget cocoa rules, cocoa board a budget, they all budget move na 1.6 billion. Baba any buy, you know, na the enco average certificate I say buying cocoa tia. In fact, almost only a buying our contract, you know, na 5.3 billion Ghana cedis. Saka when you are the whole outside the 19.6 now medical can when you are you can eye that whole Saka when you are outside the $25 million CP construction pioneers they are buying cocoa as I say annual judgment debt as I say I buy you from the consolidated fund you know Yako pushes Saka no and the Ghana Cocoa Board. That's over 160 4-wheel drives and you talk at the man cocoa board. Say cocoa contract, cocoa rose contract on my farm monitor equino. Now it may interest you to know say an 18-kilometer road. Yema omo 4-wheel drives Mako 4 and yes 18-kilometer road. I don't know from 18-kilometer road. Mon Dieu. 18-kilometer road. Yema omo 4-wheel drives Mako 4. No mo fan konkoye net monitoring. MPP abamba no na sa 160 vehicles no na ba kokra ni ho e cocoa board. They needed to go around chase people. And so now on my day car neighbor no I supply cars no they are in the name of cocoa board. I might not so say cocoa board anim we nyina kaka no ho. Kwabrane enim sa de we aye na adwen say on kan kre na me yaudie anopa ni se na mpanfo bi wo kokobod ho na ye adwuma ho omudin na omaye no their silence is too loud their silence is too loud I'm calling on Minia Fifi Boafo any ewura Joseph Boahen edu say saade we omunjai sisi a won say de ewura asensi Boahen ono ache wiase nyina say yemamadwuma say me nye under my stewardship me ma o me twantro ade a isi ye say even enya saa time ne kwa na me wo ho a me call ye handing over note ye de ma me de ye bi esu kire me ma me hu ye no I will not allow anybody to distort figures but within the cocoa sector no sisi ametiechie mu a true me institution cocoa development advocacy platform and I ya factory ho so say ye be hwehwe saa ne ma we mu ne ehunu saa de we mu ne atimi akasa chiechire mu ama nipa ati ase enti ye be call on party for no say si eja saa ntawantawa we nyina by this time kese say sha ase forming the very appointed the various focal persons say we na be kasa ma we eba labor issues we na be kasa eba health issues we na be kasa ye jai na yama NDC I say see I kobobo ye de na ye keep up ye ni players and NDC then a full set and only keep an ball it is on mama net in so no defender no midfielder no striker e ko go po ni say ya straight a brasso say a disaster from Saturday way. It me take away on this media budget, you know, the one that affects the sector now. Maybe advocacy work. No, and I'm there about big one. Okay, that's God on the EB Sanjay say Parliament should summon Bank of Ghana and ask them whether a company called Tristar didn't lift parcel of gold directly on behalf of a petroleum supplier called Nestwise during the Gold for Oil program, and that's how many times. Their answer will show that the finance minister is a big liar. So I say Gold for Oil, no, and but I say Parliament in Bank of Ghana governor, no make it no questions we hear no. So it want me no. Na fi ye hunu de tie. Clever for such ai.
Oh, major so. Unim. My close gra. Message we amanya on the communication director Samana Mokan. Na akwa bia one send me message in there. Look, the truth of the matter is say God na saribedi akon. It decided say am pass obe contest here. Me we need to or mobilize money and support. You know why? What's sending message? No tre or no ne ubia communication. No, you see, it is important. That's the Mr. Communication only. And yes, unim kasakeke. No problem. No, specialized area. The management. Na se kasa de oye na why I don't know any part school 4 years course communication
ihe pa
akora we sokra na e che ne kasa ananwa na so your course school 4 years communication why because there is a scale to it
bia udina ba bia say communicating
yes over the years krampo no nim MPP director of communications yenya ni nyina abakwa Adia how but na kumia na ya was added kakra media management and I'm saying Mustafa Amid as communication director of NPP of the campaign and information minister also tried okay say do be call radio good for what I say media management a whole I'm saying 2 semester you crampo course and so when you practitioner no be contested no political like God has already akwa. I didn't know what I said. But now announcing me.
Say bibia you finish decision.
What I said.
Ya no person. Ya no training be kan.
Say ko ya no kore. Say de mu kan ya no kore. Pa.
Peter manya messages ni bio.
Na say ye wie na say me hu. Me wi amefre no. Na say owo pe papa. So for kwada me kwako bompa ya aboa na me kwako aboa
Brian ko
akodi also open communication director we dey we am in the Bɛkyerɛ
Daasebre
I think so. Prof Q, analysis in the fine. Now, one of the cases under MPP, because under their regime, never be brave because so border. Let me say a case in the anchor say to me, oh, well, we'll say the wheel of justice grinds slowly, comfort system. Budgets are in at force reading now. Maybe I can say under this regime, the managers of the economy now under Dwamena one. I am swinging my banking sector clean up by. I have a cause problem be Emma the Akufo-Addo regime. They are the same people and Dr. Semaya Oyo governor in Okahon. So forcing not a deputy. Secretary on Vice President Mahama. We know what kind of collapse system. MPP Babe inheriting. Now you so said the more kind of communication and other things into the Yanti can send be here. But sanity, anytime the MPP be government be you could kill your man to not NDC about the president who for time oil buy. More opposition oil then one can farm. Yes. But I'm gonna benefit here under the Professor Mills Dwamena government. To me, the minimum say MPP but on economy and say sir. Yes, global not challenges over. Na COVID-19 Russia say na ya can edidi agrono. Dwamena na kasa last week every day. Na kasa can be even till now cry no. That's okay. Governance so raising on several locations. Say affect the economy no. And some of the effects we are still getting it now. I believe that communication, yanka yensemi na government appointees generally fatigue or ATS now so yanka say internal issues. But to some extent, we should be proud as a government. Say yes, can you maybe I believe so no yanka say handling here for the first time we shall pensioners cry no go street so because of I don't expect anything new from this. Analysis in an million cook yes, Tony saying any animal. But we know, say promises be bromu big push. Osha roads are other 2 years. You don't see any new program be the MPP shall say. Green book. Oh, it's the big push now because always come to chat over. You see, the matters of the amount of also they say big push.
10 billion.
No, but initially it wasn't 10 billion.
Initially was 10 billion.
10 billion. No, this is only 4 billion. Or said
no, initially 4 billion, and as is also 10 billion.
Okay. It's I don't really expect anything new. Sir, yate annual ross so yate we no so no. Specific. But me amiti me himself come marketer. No money be one so still no.
Kamala Tahaya,
marine gas oil. The people are complaining. So why would you know my funds using sign and be prepared to pay more? It's generally a statutory so budget, parliament now. But like Prof Q kind you won't pay for baby manage the economy and then this is the time you won't be more mudi deno. Yes. I mean, because you don't expect that now can't cook as me. Well, apart from the CEO, you have 2 deputies. So I'm Mumbra make a summer church regional managers no more one as you say Musuno. Say yeah, Becca be cry to be based on the kind of day. Muna more experience there. Madam I've not sorry. First budget in Momuno yes annual man. Until I expect say to say the squash kind you cooking your money to and no more babetu. And they are even some of the people are complaining they are not spending to I didn't go so economy the dollar oko bank as on the rate oko abochin so as rate na abochin eje. Nti I believe say almost say apotonu wa na be won tintin we ya say nti as time goes on the president Kufuor kan say economy papa wa bottom. He said omo ka che Ghana for say yenhwe bottom ne ntu ya ba no. I believe that with time, you bring the reality of the company.
I'm not playing but to
right.
Yes.
Yes. I do. Peter. For you had fee, you have been a class or so near the accord, budget.
Matthias, but me time because
9 minutes.
9 minutes.
9 minutes. Because me were pet topic be.
Okay.
Unse makacho se me.
And 9 to 10, for 9 we are not free. That's time kakadi as well.
Sir. Because unse me a Roman. Then so me mama, a proud one. You know, ebony, you know, you are right. Roma sorry there. Yenye late.
Often once a month. Mask ya yewi.
Me come as a late. But say me mama si ba mienu. Fe no Prophet Prince Bedu.
Okay.
Na sorry wo tema community center.
Okay.
Mo fa no. O ye sofo. Nta sofo de aya na me wo eyi kakra.
Soft mom.
And I worry on so no mzi yenu.
Yeah. Oh. Monsieur Kumasi.
Prophet Kusiap, and I hear me friend.
Prophet Paul Kusiapia, the warrior prophet.
Warrior ya feel.
On check akra.
And ya no manate.
Oh, David. Ye nya.
Prophet Kusiapia.
Ya wodi ye kusi.
Ya no mo aka na. Kika ho.
O ja me na kusi.
Ejo bi de ka je ko sabbatical.
Ya ba puru de wa.
E go ka enti mesrawo ma me na National Cathedral asem no entro bi o mutwa fa Prophet Victor Kusi wate ho
me say de be ma na na 9 minutes na wa you shoot no
two now they say
Prophet Victor this is na ni be
God in the theodo Daasebre opeteba kofie it is
God we are me ne be kasa na so obekwa o me prepare ntem na nkofo bi pa on communication director pa what budget no on say kuka na raise gold for oil and say ma
God on the message by
God on be confirm I think the finance minister no
minim de na okoye
minim de okoye honey de me say oni ani ye papa hwe the energy committee no the committee on energy, the parliamentary select committee on energy on June 24th 2025 they paid a visit to Bost MD. So they were visiting the various agencies under Omu Koyeno. Bost MD Ekasai na tie do kafa gold for oil. Bost highlights impact of gold for oil suspension in briefing to the energy committee. The suspension, the policy suspension.
Which policy?
The gold for oil. I mean, you was talking about gold for oil. The policy suspension as a significant setback to its operations and a broader effort to stabilize fuel prices in Ghana. The MD perspective because the Bulk Energy Storage and Transportation (BEST) Company Limited, formerly known as BOST, has raised critical concerns over the suspension of the gold for oil G4O policy during a recent engagement with the Parliamentary Select Committee on Energy. The company described the policy suspension as a significant setback to its operations and a broader effort to stabilize fuel prices in Ghana.
It is again you had an suspension obisu.
What you say?
I didn't know
they are not communicating. Mr. Awono outlined a number of operational challenges that require urgent attention. Chief among them is the suspension of gold for oil initiative, which was originally designed to reduce Ghana's dependence on foreign currency for fuel imports by leveraging the country's gold reserves. He explained that the program pause has exposed BEST to foreign exchange volatility. It has increased import costs and disrupted pricing stability in the downstream sector. In the idea, I would say it was only for reserves. Bost MD. I will know. Complaint the suspension of it. And how Abre company. I think with time, some of these things will be settled. And how cry. Ebio Minuyaka be about the fact that the economy na enye entity but my kind ebikwa will happen about the praising the economy. Say
uncommon
on the only problem. Because that David Kweku, Daniel Kweku, I say, hey, and Peter Obama coffee your money. Because you cannot use inflation when at the time now growth rates but reserves put their 21st budget of a kind or preside the reserve say reserve the banking sector over the years BOG reports say it is also encouraging and improving. And Atukra as the cure the cost involved in using to do the banking sector. Almost say 9 million problem over 20 something million. The budget clear the doubts and Tessa. And ebio COVID any Ukraine war and sensem ye kanya no so any impact bia but obekaya na say Iran ne Gaza and Tokwa kakra start here o man ka say tiatin let's suspend omo one Ghana D-Levy no almost suspended because and almost say it is because of the international fight no na air cost no at the time no say because we are broaching na say any impact then almost suspend such a program ebio omo amba so say o stress free omo tia I think Sikebiama first year student omo call university and it's an improvement in Ghana education sector near there unim me kwaje bill of the university ni headed by KNUS in Legon. Now a bill of about 6,000, 7,000 a year. Now to 1,002. But so 1,002 no stress free by now.
Stress not so.
Oh, it's propaganda. They say the list about schools no our mutual is 6,000 a year. Into before with my quality 60%, so we also to 4,000. Now Okoma no 1,002 for the AFUF, the academic user fee no only stress behind free ho. And it's all to how to have from like I said sharing and cost sharing. Now one tia and no na say ufi say no is enough. Man say yeah well my information on the Women's Bank. But meanwhile, it was part of their 120 so Akati Women's Bank.
No more consultation, more set task force.
No matter 51 million.
Ghana 51 million be back.
I think for few of a year, I'm going to go be back. I also Omaboki. And I was expecting Senka even media review the grant of my updates anyhow preparation of because it was part of their 120 days a year of the signing. Yes, 24-hour economy. That was their major flagship program. Oh yes. Watch it, crazy as and it was effective. Advert upon advert, and I do adverts near there. Almost say a bad year. 311 and 133. Say Mabako, Nipami and Sanabay, Nipami and Saban the ships. Ban of our 2 now, Konobiaba, about 6 no upon Biaba. Me what? Yeah. Exactly examples we bring President Makamako car discotheques. Who say a Munya Banajo.
Student get your well from Banajo. Actually, like to know. Oh,
I who did this Omobile Omuso Omati Committee. Ura Guzitano, Ufri Prof K region, and I dano to Guzitano for year analysis about 4 months. Almost some of the policy, but policy look up to now. Parliament, in fact, my own who you say, Omo Ababeji and Mrat actually. Ama Sekobase or say, Omo implement and power, Omako implement. Then so, only the document be barbon, 24-hour economy for and accelerated export development. Understanding the 24-hour economy and accelerated development program. President Mohammed's flagship economic transformation program. That is their economic transformation program. Now, me copy a copy of me do baby. 24-hour private sector incentives. Nyoma mo say enunti na bema private sectors no. Ebenya incentives on bema private sector. Omo bema omo atimi afa nipa more. Na omo explain omo adwuma. On paragraph page 49 baby. Or say they will provide unified tax protocol incentive TA. They will give import tax exemptions, which means no taxes on importing machinery for manufacturing, solar and renewable energy input, raw materials, if not available locally, vehicle and logistics. I said, way there, 1D, 1F. Omuma tax waiver. Because 1D, 1F and the 1D, 1F, no. We import machinery our mukanya. Are free? Yeah. If you buy last minute and want some buy. What I say? Meanwhile, they are giving gasem and a attachment. In the past, it be paying. NPS. Waiver of the mouth. What I say? Last minute, a MPP local manufacturers. See 24-hour economy back and forth near. That's the same thing now. Incentive no. That's one. Two. Another incentive almost some day back. Almost say operational shifts. 24-hour economy support. Single shifts, no tax break. 2 shifts, 25% reduction in corporate income tax. 3 shifts. We have 3 shifts now. 50%. 4 shifts. 4 shifts. 5 shifts. Then I have meanwhile, only 1D, 1F. No more 5-year tax incentives. Tax break. So 1D, 1F no. So yeah. That's omunya ebi ekoye 5 years. So tax breaks na omo enjoy. Now waba who buy single shift we are tax break we are 25% a year income corporate tax we are 3 shifter the amount 50%. Wow. Almost say made in Ghana purchase support. So who assess low equipment leasing and raw materials locally near there on the mount. Low interest loan and grants. Look, the same thing. 1D, 1F. In fact, no 1D, 1F company now according to where the facility is. I buy electricity. So what is new?
I don't know low interest. No interest. 1D, 1F, no interest.
Okay. I was
5-year
tax free after Accra 15%, other regional capital 12.5%, any other. The same as one.
Amabuki. Number 2.
Misinformation because that the Lumba baby.
Oh, by now I feel the social media nobody has no do.
Pushing credible people are. Mess from say send your push no form one picture and toko. No mun show so me DC. That is Luka. Me one person and no credit. Opa ka say mo we fam. I am theater.
Okay, I was up
and you only pack on the hard a pressure.
Okay, 15 minutes. It will be out there 3 minutes. The other 3 minutes very there you awesome.
That's and then I wanted that.
I saw the back of the body.
Who's over Daasebre? But 2 minutes.
Okay, bro,
Dr. Yini, number no can Dr.
Yeah, Dr. Yini on because
we have 1 minute to be
guess what? What the actual review?
Dr. Yini, say we follow no track record that maybe am is a good lawyer. But the dealings be no. I genuine. Last time I can o say a choir your fast we Agyei sir any tago free prison. And Professor Amos by first 6 months no. Dr. Yini na lady only bet mo do so. Do you crown prosecutor say some backwards crab witnesses. Including Kofi Boachi. That's in the Beka. Unibank case number 2017 no. Dr. Yini was a lawyer. One of the cases a lawyer.
Or a lawyer on a lead counsel.
Lead counsel my Dr. Dufo. But don't say we are no would be for concern bro. Ha. I say we are the buyer no be say oh. We filing on the prosecution. Only explanation here. Say why be Dr. Sima.
Articulate it.
You don't have to explain to anybody. Yes. I am co-pump so expose
Doctor. Yes.
Me Dr. Dufo can member court.
Yes.
This is calling that I'm okay.
Yeah.
Because these are credibility issues.
Yeah.
Credibility. But Ghana for Nankasa and fire Inti on any deputy no. Yes, so Jan classroom child there. Oh yeah. But in reality, and most of the cases, more press conference, court they will lose most of the cases. And the American one day on one full soldiers no. Sorry. Etialo. Inti and yes, Dr. Yini no be and this one when they are in opposition. Oh yeah. But we do so party for long chance on Yentino and I must empower as Attorney General. Senior, yet TSCCA guaranteeing some cost. But who say you take flash as a cash president say this time around, they may say jump and come only this time around the current youth for I hope say more credibility. But Bole Savannah region, John Mahama and Kasakum, Midayachi, and at the Agyei Chebina Galamsey, John Mahama and Fichi or Savannah region, Bole Holo, Galamsey El Coso. I think the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Kono Abrunoso. The VP Minister? Yes, because Ghana Fossil Galamsey, no call and Cobra River, still no, Asekra and the NNO and the MPP. Inti Utah for Akasano, I say Utah Labor Union. I mean TUC, me also more former Secretary General from Akwaji Post be under Mahama. Dr. Ba, also my board chairman of Ghana Statistical Service also. I'm hoping say CCR you bring genuine ones, normal kasa because natural resources in river bodies no still no gusu kasa. But at the right time no you be back ban to Japan now sorry because Galamsey say no there. Yeah.
Daasebre. Afi, what 10 minutes fire was
a book can send be on Dr. Yini and on the last almost the reasons for dropping some of the cases okay in page 3 of the statement. No say now to my first substantive reason for dropping charges in some of the cases. As noted above, for purely ethical and professional reasons, I could not in good conscience continue to exercise my prosecutorial authority under Article 883 in some of the cases. These cases were Republic versus Atuforsin and another, and Republic versus Ofusuampofu and another, because no your lawyer at the part. Into no because no your lawyer Nintino or buy an ascertain don't mean to. Yes, well that's the
what can some Atuforsin case. Yes. O say Koyama Court of Appeal.
Yes, a court supreme. So buy I say no or yeah what drop
but the last one the last one here Koya case on say Koya you have to stop the case. I might go for that supposed to.
Yeah.
What follow judges no more chance appeals course no.
Yeah, some go for what they
the same guys that we take Kevin Taylor case no problem.
And nobody a bill on Agyei. You see, and a book fine lawyer as a practice near but maybe no it doesn't make sense. After or file a null prosecution or issue statement change him the entire our file against Dr. Dufo or Bɛkyerɛ say Dr. Dufo at 60%.
Yeah, can you imagine
of the paragraph 5 or 2. This decision, however, does not imply an absence of wrongdoing nor a vindication of any conduct. In the confusion of a whole lawyer just Attorney General, Minister of Justice. Say the decision we are taking, and let's say, oh yeah,
who? What Papa?
But that will be, but this no, I say, or what is the idea of 34% contest? So, where you need to go about the contest. I mean, how? Minister of Justice of the Republic of Ghana,
PhD, no. Lecturer, Papa.
Oh, fantastic. PhD. Oh, share.
Any family is something more cello, no more practice law. I'm going to Mamma say law practice and then it's no science, a whole mountain different.
Now, what am I topic now, young cop? Yeah, can't be 7 minutes. In the end, actually, everyone was statement now say, and you have vindication of your wrongdoing. So, who did it why wrong? And now, who China will change 10% where China on fat 40%. And actually, also, you know,
they are not being fair.
And interest. Actually, there are no interest. No,
no,
that's what we have interest.
And can be my papa. Actually, so mujano. No, she said, ne head crying.
No, head there. And yeah, papa, but I say, near do for you there will not take over crime, most want to act on.
That's so kind of Mikacho say, Mako from Thursday, the war pass to be that 37. Mehuno.
I'm not talking about
no fan.
Oh, say a settings of say Yaru. Mehuno say,
not
yes.
But no,
we ought to be bonfire. Anything is possible. But Mehuno, me person me can't state, no. Mehuno, or to whole chair, and oxygen since. The body now, me who know. I think say whatever the system is pleading for me, is legit. But looking at what has gone on, to a binami now, percentage go, percentage out. See, yes, I did this word to you.
No, nobody interest.
What you say now? Omo the incriminating. Where Jao Mama ne omo Facebook to powder.
Yeah.
Say, but the question is, Busani say, there's a case in a woo and I say, woo.
Come on,
I just will be about to be in common.
Last one.
You better remove you.
Last one here.
And any person and just a
because base capital guy Mike Inaku honestly with him. Yeah, on them quite a market, you know.
Mike Inaku.
Oh, this week your market, you know.
That's right. Oh, me say, some more far. What will we do? You see this is near the birthday.
This week, human belated.
Remember, offer my Bɛkyerɛ. Why?
Late now, baby.
My late is okay. Me say, National Cathedral. Yeah. The original plan now, President Kufuor conceived it was the best. Think Abandon provided seed money. And then assassinate software now resistika. Me can contribute to be. What I said. Nanka, you support a bonfire ceremony. But I do baby, I'm saying, no, maybe I'm going and I say meeting to be a mobile meeting. I will say, will be a better class and son of my band in Manoma and then trust is a nation in Manoma. I'm queer. Oh, Ama, Noma, Ama, some of us are not happy about saying Noma, if I could do. This week or last week or so, a binding by yes, Omama, the mining auditor. So on call you books in mobile because what the Deloitte here no and you're complete. They are still asking questions. Say Momo you must be sending call you start Momo no omu baby na entimi nyira sa Momo they all sending na say anko recipient ni sa anka then it means our system no the producer provider no service no ana baby ana me wa entimi nyira sa and some of these things I'm sure say o man ni na auditor general ba be firma and clarity beba 90 asiaba. But in the course of National Cathedral and Sensem and throw because now tie abai kasa mafo na okasa so this time also loan na Victor Kusi Boating company DNS talent.
There was no contract.
There was no transaction. No.
There was no contract.
But would you go and check before that allegations on the tia papa? Okay. Okujato ni Facebook page. One allegation or Troy before say aban no on mobile ban first. I say I'm quoting first allegation on the Facebook page. I say painstaking and diligent parliamentary oversight with the gracious guidance of the omniscient and omnipotent has led to what can only be
has led
to what can only be akin to child bomber findings, blatant corruption, conflict of interest, self-dealing, and grand fraud have never been this majestic. Reverend Kusi Boateng, aka Kwabena Ebijemfi, thought he had outwitted every Ghanaian, particularly our authorities, whom he dribbled for many years, but the day of reckoning is finally here. From unassailable and irreproachable documents in my possession, Reverend Victor Kusi Boateng, aka Kwabena Ebijemfi, uses multiple passports. Theo, direct allegation. Also, he uses multiple passports, multiple identification cards with different names, Theo, and different dates of birth as his special modus operandi. Also, no use different passports, different dates of birth, different names. Also, no use before I said describe on the set. So no bonny there, see that.
I destroy everything.
This Facebook page now. These are all from Uko yeah Bohu Tie. Osan make allegation against Osofo Nabio about the Nisika seminar. Also, we are not done exposing the countless explosive cathedral scandals. Neither are we about to be intimidated by those issuing laughable and urgently and ungodly threats. We are just warming up. Apparently, Theo, it is not only the dodgy American Carrie scammers and his Nehemiah group who were gifted 28.2 million of our depleted taxes for so-called coordination activities. Newly secured documentation on the DBS documentation reveals that at the time the National Cathedral were complaining that they were being starved of funds, leading to Ribadi's eventual suspension of work in March 2022, a suspension which continues and is now 10 months old, and this is despite government massive unconstitutional withdrawal in excess of 339 million Ghana cedis. It has emerged that our tax funds were being unethically distributed on a massive scale like confetti. We have discovered a shocking diversion of an impressive 2.6 million of tax funds to a company known as GN Starless Center, connected to Victor Kusi Boateng. I check 2.6 million. These were the allegations. So one, we issue passport, different identity, and I asked Chenisika. But Deloitte stick a in buy almost say alone. But what is even striking? They say, or then the evidence may be beer or war, a command, Shraj. But the command Shraj, no Shraj, Papa, there, Joseph Rita, and will be any minute. And a prof, Adam, baby, or Liniko. On your beer, NPP beat my command and bribe, say, a cover. Victor Kusi and I say MPP. What does it? She Kusi after investigations, more report. This is a full slide report. Only extensive work. They wrote to the banks, to the immigration, to the passport office, to the company Victor Kusi. They wrote to Okuda Tony lawyers. Nina, and then the evidence photocopy be beer. Ewa. See findings are slide they buy. One. Almost say. Victor Kusi's company is registered company with the sole objective of talent and skills development training. Findings 11. The fourth respondent, Victor Kusi Boatin, aka Kwabena Dujemfi, TO, does not hold two different passports, each bearing one of his two names with different dates of birth on each document. Witalo, in Nipa or appointing, President Mama na appointing. At the time, when before class, or end this in Kamum Faimano. And in fact, or no, Obiang. One of the last minute appointments. Yes. Or say, after having checked the document passport database in Mano, Victor Kusi Boatin do not hold two different passports. There is no Victor Kusi Boatin in the passport database. The fourth respondent, Victor Kusi Boatin, has rather been issued 4 ordinary passports, 3 of which have expired, and 1 diplomatic passport under his name, Kwabena Edujemfi, with the same date of birth.
Is there a different date of birth? No,
why do we do that to us? Why do we do that to us? Why then? I will come through. And up to now, on social media, we talk so easy 2 different identities. After having done extensive work, it's been proven, say, the man uses one name, a Dujen Finupe.
With 1 date of birth.
1 date of birth. I mean, to us. The first respondent, Victor Kusi Boatin, both director of the National Cathedral and the DNS Talent Company, TO, did not put himself in a position where his personal interest conflicted or was likely to conflict with the performance of the functions of his office, as TO, no transaction whatsoever for the provision of services existed between the National Cathedral and his company, DNS Talent. The last point. Found 2 minutes, but general manager.
The points are 10:30.
The 2,600,000 Ghana cedis paid by the National Cathedral to the DNS Talent, the fifth correspondent, TO, was a refund of an interest-free short-term loan granted to the National Cathedral by the fifth respondent, Victor Kusi Boatin, at a time when it needed funds urgently to pay its contractors. So, and the so-called Sikana will say, it's just a confetti. Then the disbursement on who godly. Then the words of Isu Namo, Papanako Ako, Viesika from National Cathedral. It has proven, said, the man, rather no, Momu was helping the National Cathedral. Then it wasn't a free money. And then they come out, Papa. And see, why do we still keep on? Say, yes, sir, Papa, indeed.
Report no go many more. Since I feel on person,
almost say, 2.6 no thousand scanner they come company no. Said the arrangement no coin no. Paperwork no wasn't correct. After having proven said, and pass Sikano. Yes, I had a chain. Oh, no, you can't do the family. The family. Interest the Arnaso. No, we are not a good young Scamutia back a man. Almost say arrangement, paper arrangement. So, people should by now be apologizing. The person say a crime to us. We talk to see Nakupon, a cannon. Now, me sure say, I'm a even the audit report no waving in that waving
now I professor of 1 minute video in BB.
Daasebre, in the coming days or maximum maybe a week and some days, the Cocoa Board for Bayer announcement the new price about Cathedral.
All right.
Na me free halfway 3 weeks a day and we made the quarter exams in tea. And yadi am a bahasi.
Oh.
And tea.
What is good in our
The Cocoa Development Advocacy Platform for Yedi kind of your prediction up to yes. Yeah.
That platform requires some of the Cocoa has some see
that's where your prediction to as to new price in Airban. It will be between 3,280 Ghana cedis to 3,500 Ghana cedis. It will not go beyond 3,000.
Just 500. Say, of course, 500.
3,100 Ghana. It will not go beyond 3,500 Ghana.
That is a 400 pen on the account.
That is our prediction. That is the prediction of the Cocoa platform.
Papa Nabu.
That's Papa Nabu.
24-hour economy.
And I don't know because the average price now per ton is $8,000 per ton. And almost on bet 70%. If you know the over $350 per bag. If you know on the market. So the maximum will be 3,500 Ghana cedis per bag. Daasebre me de ma noise.
Ero say everything for ye bre no aye bre nti ha ne di dwumadi ni na esi ene everything for me no mu di dwuma eye Coca Prof Kill Ebo na Peter Ankama God na Daasebre akon onamu ebo dwuma ba bi nti wantimi ama namba bi si na nemu ye de se be ma Mr Sante ene ebi mo oni mo wo MCR ho ne oni mo especially ye bibia edomina ase Billy eni ochema nyina so ye dom nyina ase urade de enkwa chenia adwada ebesa ni mo hia na me kai mu bio se operation 150 motorbikes no ekoso nti zo betimi abeboa odi ani se eyizika na ade beba de a number ni 0244 672 622 0244 672 622 na odi aba o sandi a edi beba ye God na Daasebre akon na odi moto aye reference say be ya ibu say we moto sika eno no nchi yede ma papa ebi unsu nyam ya aduma na otwi na otwe sene ye di stand out so ebebre ma nwumre na eno de Dr. Bawumia ho asem ne de ba beka ye pu Dr. Bawumia abawi ana fe ye de koche ma wontumi nsuso saa na ebe na akusi se ebi